Today on Gamer's Couch,
Loony Quest.
Hello! Welcome to the couch. Happy Sunday. Of course he does it. I knew it. I was just out of the room going for a refill of coffee, and when I come back there's an artist next to me. Anyways, like I said, welcome to the couch. This is our weekly, every Sunday board game vlog, and I'm kind of distracted by what he's doing. My name is Sarah. I'm the artist behind Pinselgeschichten, and next to me is Daniel, who is the greatest hubby in this household. Oh no, don't do that. We're talking Loony Quest today, starting with rules and gameplay. That's his part to explain, or just give you an overview, and then we talk about what we liked or not liked about the game, wrapping up with funny stories and experiences. And now, sweethearts, don't clean the board. I will do that while you explain, huh? No?
It's clean now, I guess. How good are you at drawing interesting stuff? Ever played a game called Pictionary or something along that lines and kind of left out because you are not an artist and don't have a popular YouTube channel that kind of draws people in by showing how well you can paint and then tell other people how bad they are at painting? Sound familiar?
Not true.
So,
He's mean.
Loony Quest sends you on a Loony Quest to do some interesting stuff. You will venture through different worlds consisting of different levels and, well, painting your way through them. Here's how it works. Each of us will play one of these quirky little characters, and when the game starts, you take the game box, put a piece of cardboard in here, and select one of the levels. The level will be placed in the center, like so, and then everybody can hopefully have a good look at that level. In the meantime, you have one of these drawing boards with some acrylic, whatever, some plastic, and a dry erase marker. Now, in order for you to win, you have to paint stuff on this thing, and what you have to paint depends greatly on what's actually in the level. So let's take a look at World 1, Level 1. That's not really a spoiler, it'll be the first thing that you do. So looking at the level, you see some icons and you see glare from the lights. You see some icons and explanations down here that will tell you actually how or what you have to do at the level. So in this case, this squiggly line here says you have to draw a single line. It has to start at the arrow space here, and it has to go to the target space up here. Also, so if you do that, this has 3 stars, so 3 victory points for you. Then around here it says if you happen to draw across one of these little experience point stars, you'll get another point for each star that you draw over. And last but not least, if you manage to hit one of these little fellows, you get 2 victory points deducted, and if you hit one of the stones, you lose 1 victory point. So the way it works is, at a most inopportune moment, someone turns over this clock, and you have 30 seconds of time to draw the line on your piece, and you're allowed to look at the center thing here. So let's say I'm super great. So I drew that line. It looks like a snake, an S. So after time's run out or everybody's done, individually you will take each of your clear plastic sheets, put it on this thing, and look here, I actually managed to hit the 3-point goal and take 1, 2, 3, 4 additional stars, so that would give me 7 points. Now, these little, what looks like an icicle holder thing, these are actually meant to allow you to score the points. You'll start by putting it into the side of the box, like so. And then your little dude will go forward. So there's the experience points numbers or victory points numbers in here. And with 7 points, I would advance to this point, somewhere there. Well, maybe it's easier for you to actually see it from this side. So after that, take your eraser and then undo whatever you have done onto this thing and get ready for the next level. The next level is either on a new sheet of this or just on the back side. And to make it fair for everyone at the table, you turn this 90 degrees each time you open up a new level so that everybody kind of sees it from their perspective or from a perspective that's not that great to look at that thing. Also, if you paint, you don't have to kind of weirdly turn around the level in your mind to make things right. You just draw the line from the perspective you're looking at that thing. So if that is in front of you, even if that is turned 90 degrees from you, you would just draw it as you see it and just put it directly onto this thing. You don't turn it to match the right thing. So there's no brain fuckery going on trying to...
There's enough brain fuckery going on.
Paint around the corners. There's also a couple of special icons on here if you manage to draw over them. For example, the bomb, then you get one of these very unfortunate bomb tokens, and these have different effects that kind of present an additional challenge on the next thing that you want to paint. On the other hand, the little flash lightning icon here, I do the perfect lightning thing with our lights. So this purple lightning thing here nets you one of these lightning tokens, and you draw them out of a big pile, and they're all random. Some of these are pretty nasty. Let's take a look at the bomb stuff. So there's one thing here that essentially forces you to hold the pen the next time this way if you want to draw. It's called the claw. Then there's one like this that is, I don't know if it's a stiff arm or the cramp, but you have to draw with your elbow extended and do it like this.
No arm bending.
Yes, there's one that has you shift from right to left if whatever your dominant hand is or whatever you've been using. One that makes you look like Big Boss by going like this. And one, this whirlwind thing is actually meant to, instead of drawing on the white side, you turn this over, and now it's not actually that difficult. But for some people, maybe it is difficult. And I'm sorry, but somehow I always feel compelled of cleaning these up, and you have to endure that in the video.
Are you soon-ish also compelled to always clean the house? That would be awesome.
Probably not, unless we mess everything up with dry erase markers, then we're not. So let's take a good look at the good side of the spectrum of stuff that you can do. The probably simplest of those is the XPs times 2, so you just get a 2 XP bonus. Then you get a shield, which kind of prevents other bomb effects from happening to you, or better said, you can discard the shield to not take a hit when you hit something nasty on the board. You can have the banana, and the banana is pretty dope because you just flick it onto the board of another player, and then they have to draw it with the banana in place. So you just keep on throwing this until it lands and stays on here, and then they have to draw around it and are not allowed to touch it while drawing. And the most evilest of things, the thing that probably will cancel friendships with other people, is the mosquito. The mosquito essentially allows you to force another player to put it on top of his pen, and now he has to draw with the mosquito being on top of it. If it falls off, he has to stop drawing, bring it back on top here, and then continue drawing. Unfortunately, all of those are cumulative, so you could have the mosquito on here, draw with your left hand, and have the claw. So then you could also say, here, have my middle finger, and that is now my impediment to you. That is pretty much the game. These things that you have to do are surprisingly varied. It's not super much, but some are as simple as draw a line, and there's some additional rules in here saying, for example, you're not allowed to draw a line that crosses itself. So for visual representation, you're not allowed to do this, because this thing down here is the evil thing.
Why do you point at me when you say evil thing?
So you just have to draw. You also, once you kind of do this, doesn't work. And for other things that you have to do, there's some similar considerations. So the first one I showed you said draw a straight line. Then let's take a look at the next one. This one, for example, says draw circles. 3 of them, because you have to circle specific parts of the map. In this case, these flowers. So you have to circle them. They are not allowed to touch the object that you have to circle, but they must enclose it entire. What kind of works that way if you don't touch them? And try not to hit all the other obstacles here, like these stone guys that give you negative points. And a third one, for example, is you're just allowed to make dots on the map. It's almost like shooting at specific things. And sometimes it's like, hey, make 15 dots. Try to hit all those XP things. Don't hit anything beside them. Making things really interesting. So you kind of try to get through the worlds. I might be wrong, but or let me
6, right?
Let me check. There are 6. No, there's 7 worlds. 6 of those consist of 6 of these pictures, so double-sided counts as 2. And then there's a 7th world that just has 4 levels, but there's also 2 bonus levels. If the art style already gives it away, this almost looks like a flash or a touch game for a phone or on a tablet device or something like that. It feels very much like this, although I don't know actually if there is a digital game in that vein. At least it reminded me while playing of those. But it is very comparable to having a digital painting game in a physical form, and that's kind of how you progress through those worlds, through those levels. It's almost like playing a video game. But you can kind of pick and choose whatever you want. At the end of each level, there's a boss usually. Let's see if I can pick out the one of So this is the level 6 boss of the first world. No spoilers there. But as you can already see here, things get a little bit more glary and also more complicated in terms of rules. So in this case, you have to surround the flame and then draw from these bombs to this guy. So it's almost like, hey, you have to light up the bombs and throw them at the boss. It's actually pretty cool. That's the game. That's pretty much all you need to know. There's everything you need to know for each level is pretty much explained on the level itself, and yeah, that's it.
Ta-da! Very nicely done, hubby. Thank you. So next section is what we liked or not liked about the game. Do you want to keep going because your explanation thingy was so short, or shall we keep...
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay.
So one thing I really like about this is what I kind of jokingly said starting off. You don't have to be really good at drawing something realistic or something good looking. You're just drawing lines and dots, so
and circles.
Everybody can participate. There's no, wow, I can draw really good or I can draw really fast stuff. Drawing fast helps you here, obviously, because you're on a timer all the time. But it's not a necessity, and kind of with these abstract things, drawing, everybody's equally bad, I would say, at least.
Yeah.
kind of comes out through in our experiences.
We're gonna talk about that in a few minutes.
I very much like the art style. It is very reminiscent to me to Dofus or Crossmaster well, I would say Flash style or Flash games with a certain comic style. If you've played them on the interwebs, you probably know what I'm talking about, but it's a very colorful look. These are really nice to look at, even though they're glossy and are bad for camera. Also, they make the woo 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 sound. And they're really varied. Sorry. They're varied. So you have World 1 is this green world, but World 2 is the ice world, and then you have science fiction world, and so there's a lot of variety in there. It's just nice to look at the next level that comes up. And well, given playing this a couple of times, I can see this fading away and not being that great. But it's certainly a nice experience for the first gameplay. I also like that they make use of the box as a piece in the game. There's a couple of games that do that. I think it is nicely done by having this box act as a pedestal for the thing that you're looking at. Also, keeping scores is nice, but having this at the center of the table and turning this thing 90 degrees around keeps it equal for everybody, which is nice. And it also keeps this thing on I would say equal distance from everybody. So it's actually pretty good at giving everybody the same chance, regardless where you're sitting or what you're doing. And you're not drawing on this thing directly. So I think that is where a comparison to let's say a tablet digital game kind of fades, because there you would maybe have something like, now you see it and now we blend it out and you have to draw on a blank screen and then we blend it in again or something. So here you can keep looking at what you're trying to draw with this thing while drawing. At least that's how I draw. I don't look at my sheet actually in front of me. I kind of try to visualize how to follow that through.
Hand-eye coordination,
yeah.
pretty much.
Simple
as that.
I also like that video game trope of having a boss at the end. It's a really creative way of using very simple things, how to draw that stuff out. I guess I'm getting to the conclusion. Last thing is how do you mess with other players? So in fact, I do enjoy these tokens and these here, because you're not isolated for yourself trying just to get your points. You can kind of poke at other players, and some of these, I would say, make it even more enjoyable. So I would even go so far as to say I wouldn't have a problem with if one of these things, like have a banana on your board or have the mosquito or anything, would be like everybody has to do that for a level, because these are additional challenges, constraints that make the thing that you have to draw more interesting, and that might be maybe something for more advanced version if the game itself is too simple for you. Although I have to say, it isn't though. It looks really simple, but you will probably find out that it is difficult to hit everything. I literally the example line I drew, that was pretty lucky, hitting everything and not hitting the bad stuff, and that level was easy. But it's getting really, really intense later on, where you have to go through the entire thing. You may not cross your own line, making that a nice, challenging, and rewarding experience if you manage to pull it off and you have that moment of uncertainty. You're like, actually, this looks good, and then you put no, that wasn't me. That I'm pretty sure the thing shifted around while drawing. No, that's I had a cramp. That's you can kind of try to come up with interesting excuses. Yeah.
Get very creative with this one.
Apart from that, component-wise, this is really nice. It's a very sturdy box. It may look a little bit like a children's game, but this is a more advanced version actually of another game which I'm totally blanking on. I think it's also something Quest. It's very similar
Hero
to
Quest.
it's very similar to this, but it's taking place underwater where you have to circle around fish groups and stuff. That is more, well, I would say great if you have little kids because it's less heavy on the interaction rules. This here is a bit more. It's like teenager, maybe 8-year-olds, 10-year-olds.
What does
like
the
that.
box say?
What does the
It
box
says
say?
8 and up for 2 to 5 players for 20 minutes. You are not allowed to play longer.
Yes. Yeah, and
otherwise you get loony.
And this being a time game that how long does it take to play this game? Pretty much on accurate. Yeah, I can only say this. Do you want me to rate or do you want to jump in first?
Whatever you prefer.
No, then you.
Okay, so I'm very much with you on everything that you said, like component-wise, art style-wise, variety, fun. I really like the tokens too, but for a totally different reason. You can really team up to... well, if you don't play that,
it's not team up, it's ganking is the word you're looking for. Like
maybe that. If this might not be the first game of your night, say you played another game, say Imperial Assault first, and then you want to team up against the Imperial player, you can do that nicely with the help of the tokens and, well, let the Empire lose for once. It might have happened in this household, I'm not going to say, but I really like the factor that you interact, other than yelling at each other for, well, flicking maybe a banana on your sheet. But even if you don't have the tokens, there's a lot of interaction. It just being various size, like, oh shit, oh no, or the squeaking of the pen, which is always commented on, or any other just mumbling, rambling. Everybody picks up on that, and you kind of make a lot of fun of somebody or some level or whatever on the table. So I really like that about this game in comparison to, for example, Pictionary, which has at least never for me had the interaction of that kind at the table. So that's what I kind of compare it to, because that's the only other drawing game that I ever played. I never played charades or anything these on the boards, you know. So yeah, I like it a lot. There's one thing that, well, you can't really change it. It's just one thing. Some players might have an advantage that you can't really take away. Like, for example, the change the hand. Change it to the one that is not dominant. What if you are ambidextrous and you don't care?
Well,
so it's like, yeah, what fuck, whatever. I mean, like,
she says that, but still she's pretty much screwed up what she was drawing this. So
yeah, there's one level. It's really funny, and we're gonna talk about that in the funny stories experiences. But it's for a second there when we looked at the game, played it, and was like, yeah, I don't care about changing my hand because I draw paint with both hands anyways, so I'm at a natural advantage. That's, you know, but if you're kind of thank you, oh, you're so smart. Funny stories is coming up. That's not the like this. Anyways, that was the only thing that was kind of very when we played it for the first time, because I felt there was maybe an advantage to some players that that you can't counteract or balance out or whatever. But other than that, it's a lovely game, and I think it's a really nice opener. When you wait for people to arrive, you can have like 2-3 people round for maybe 15-20 minutes, and you can stop whenever. That is now a game where you have to say, I have to finish that and that level, and then we can start playing something else because everybody's here now. So it's a really nice filler game. And I'm sorry, but I guess he made his rating, and I.
What?
Nothing. It's really sweet. So I'm quickly gonna rate before I fall under the table laughing. My rating, it's from 1 to awesome. It's an awesome. It sets out to do certain things, make loony, funny things, and be a nice filler game, and just have enjoyment at the table. And it so does achieve that. So yeah, nicely done.
Also, manual, pretty light, pretty easy to understand. Most of the tiles are very self-explanatory, so you get the rules while playing. You can read them, the 2 pages up front if you want to, but you just keep it handy and look at, okay, what does this mean? Explain to everybody. You can teach this very easily by just, telling people what it is. And for all that, I give it 3 stars and a pick, because that's what, yeah. Good job!
I thought it would be a mosquito.
French
but
guys.
yeah.
It's Lauren Escoffier and David Frank. Although Frank has francophone in it, but Frank?
No,
Frank?
it's a CK. It's no. But you nicely pronounced the first name.
Yeah.
Well done.
For someone who does not speak
no,
foreign languages
I really
very
mean
well.
it. I really mean it. Nicely done. So for once, he doesn't butcher the French.
Specifically, languages I don't speak at all.
Yeah. So now we go into the funny stories and experiences. And here's the funny thing. Coming back to the token ambidextrous thing, it turned out that... Killed the mosquito. It turned out that that marker really didn't bother me at all, just like I expected. But what did... Well, maybe do the thing for me that's changing from the right hand to the left hand, or left hand to the right hand for other players. It was worlds. Loved the first world, loved the third, and the fourth. Hated the second. Lost terribly at the second, and I don't know why I sucked so badly. It was like fumble all over.
So surprisingly, she says, no, that did not affect me at all. Well, scoring says otherwise. You had some...
Yeah, the second world.
For the shift your hands thing, you had...
I never had the change your hand thing.
No, yeah, I gave it to you.
No, it was the dots. I didn't have lines or anything. It didn't do anything for me. And I draw with the right hand. I write with the right hand.
I clearly
draw
remember
and
making
write
fun of you for saying, "Oh, I'm ambidextrous. I don't care." And then,
yeah, I don't care.
Only 3 points.
No. I had dots, and I was perfectly fine. With this one here, with the one eye, this one is really bad for me. And the one with the claw, and the one with the... Those are really, really shitty, but the one where you have to flip your board, that didn't do anything bad for me, or changing the hand didn't do either.
The thing that did not affect me as much, but really the hate of some people, some maybe present while shooting this video, is this little shit face.
Oh, the mosquito is
the
bad.
Having this thing on here seems to be really... I should have started this video saying, hey, we make this review and Sarah has to hold this thing up and...
Yeah, can I have the pen?
Mm-hmm.
Hold it. So, I have quite the small hands as you... So, if I have the cap...
Someone has found a trick how to circumvent.
I can do it like that. And with not these thingies on, it's actually pretty even. And I asked him, am I allowed to do it like this? Just to have a stronger hold on the pen. And he said, yeah, fine. Bad thing is when you have to draw lines like that, there's vibration, so the mosquito at one point, of course, will fall off. So that didn't help me. But most of the times, I think like 75%, I was so lucky that I had, again, the mosquito most often when we had the dotting kind of thing. It was like, oh yeah, I don't have to draw. I had it once or twice and I was just sitting back up. F you, I'm not gonna do that. That sucker is really bad. So, and he was like, yeah, put the mosquito on top and everything is cool. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna glue it on the pen.
And if you see someone, I'm not going to name names, but I will hold it like this and put the mosquito on the like.
Yeah, with
this.
me, I have smaller hands. There's space.
No problem at all.
There's space with me. I don't have these fat hands that you. I have no muscles. See?
Make him hold it like this. If worse.
Yeah, I asked you if that worked fine.
Be really vigilant about the game's rules and then squeeze the fun out of everyone for this.
I asked if I could do it like that, and you said yes. So. From the place we had, I think everybody had a lot of fun.
Cursed at the game for the same reasons, but also I have to say there's few games with that kind of moment of it's almost like handing in a test and waiting for your test results when you put the thing on there, and then you're gonna see does it match up? Do I get the point? No, I don't know. Or sometimes I really managed to get the thing that I really went out of my way to draw that, which is pretty nice. And I think everybody playing with us agreed on that. Even the folks who don't like drawing games, as I said, like Pictionary at all. It's like some of them even rank it below Scrabble for them, and even Scrabble is not played much in this household.
Just because he's a pussy. Thank God for iOS games. I can play Scrabble against the computer. Like, is there a drug that makes you want to play Scrabble?
I'm not a big fan of trying to learn dictionaries just to mess with the computer who learned all the dictionaries.
I once in a while, like once a year, get you to play Scrabble if we agree on only playing dirty words. But other than that, I'm not gonna...
Like mud. And
yeah.
Well...
Anyways...
In a surprise twist, this will be a short video, because I think we're done.
Well, there's just one thing that I... remembered that was super fun.
The video.
No. We played it 3 times. Once just the 2 of us, and then 2 full rounds with a full set. 1 round was just the testing round of level 1, so everybody gets into the game, and it's really funny. With the squeaking pen, I loved it. Everything is quiet. No sound at all at the table. And everybody tries to figure out how to win that level, and there's one person at the table who draws kind of like this. Everybody messes up because they have to laugh so loud. And he was really concentrating. It was so cute. I really liked that. So, yeah. Fun. A lot of fun. Quite loony.
Yeah.
So, yeah, now we can wrap it up. Am I going to screw it up like last week and you have to take over? We'll see. So, thank you very much for watching. Have a great Sunday. If you feel like sharing or subscribing or thumbsing up this video, go ahead. We very much appreciate that. If you have questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. And... we're gonna see you. I shouldn't look at what he's doing. We're gonna see you next Sunday with a new game at the couch. So take good care, have fun, maybe have fun playing a board game. That would be great. So, bye.
I should hold it closer to the camera so that can...
It's not gonna focus.
Goodbye.
Bye. What did I get the like? Yay! People are required to like me. Loony.